Hi, I'm Sue with Creations by Sue, and I'm going to be using the Brother PR1055X to embroider on a towel using the Durkee Magnetic 4x4 hoop. And I did demonstrate how to actually put the towel onto the hoop in a previous video. So let's get started. Here we are with the hooped item. It is a bird towel, and I want to embroider on these two lines, and that's why now I've re-hooped this so I can do that. And I've got it all hooped onto this Durkee Magnetic 4x4 hoop, as you can see. And now I will hook it into the frame that this hoop goes onto. So you just put it onto that frame and make sure it's all the way to the top, and then tighten the screws nice and tight. What's nice about this system, and the reason I purchased it, is because I have the Brother 10 needle and also a Redline 15 needle, and I have this bracket for each machine. So then these hoops are easily interchangeable between the machines, which makes my life easier. Okay, and then to hook the hoop on, just put it into the clamps of the embroidery machine. So I may have, there we go. Okay, I'm just pushing that in, then I make sure, and I always have the back, like those two black knobs go towards the back of the machine. And I'm just trying to get it to clamp in here. So I might have this a little too tight on my embroidery machine. I will adjust that. In order to adjust it, I'm just loosening that back screw back here and of the clamp on the machine. Pulling that over just a tiny bit until I can get this clamped in. Usually isn't quite that difficult, but today it is. All right, it's all clamped in. Looks real good. The first thing I need to do is to put the design into the machine, and this time I'm actually going to use letters that are built into the machine. So I'm going to go to this box with the two A's and press that icon. And I want to use smaller letters, but not real small. So I wanted to show you, if you scroll here to the bottom, to this line 33, these are real small letters. They're going to be, I'll just put an A in. So they're 0.14 inches, and it's quite nice because if you need a really small letter for like a quilt label or something you just need small wording on, you can use these letters. They are not adjustable, as you can see. This little box will adjust other letters, but not this one. So we're going to delete, we're going to go back out of here, return. And then up at the top, I am going to use these letters, 04. And I have to put in my first letter, which is going to be a 2, and they're all capital because this box is highlighted, and that will automatically happen. If you prefer to have a small letter, I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So I'll press the T, and then I look up here and I can see that it's going to be 1.18 inches, which is too tall for me to use for this design because the space that I have is only 0.58 inches. So I want it to be smaller. So then down here you'll see now that I can either do a large, a medium, or a small. And this box will only allow you to change anything in it once you have the first letter put in. So I'm going to try the small. Medium is 0.59, small is 0.39, which is a good size for what I want to do. Then I want a small O, so I'll go to the next icon here, the ABC that are small, and I'll put in the O. And then I want a colon, and that's going to be over 4. You have 4 icons. You have some choices like your numbers, and some of the punctuation marks are in that box, but I know the colon is in the 4th box over, and here it is. And then I press the space bar, and I want to put it in mom. So I'm going to put in a capital M, small o, and a small m. And then I will press set. And there's the design in the machine, and I can see that it's 0.39 inches tall by 2.83 inches wide. I want to rotate it because this towel will be upside down as it embroiders. So I rotate it. I'm going to have to rotate it 180 degrees total, so I'll press the 90-degree icon twice. And now it is looking good. The next thing that I am going to do is move this to Mom closer to where I want it to be on my towel. In order to do that, I'm going to just press this button that is like an arrow, and I'm going to move it that way. Actually, I want to go into the edit end screen and do that so that the machine moves with me, or as I do this. So I'm going to get it kind of to the middle of that, so that the camera will be able to detect the design better. Because I find with this type of hoop, if I've got the design still up to the top more, the camera cannot detect it. So now I will press the camera key, which is the third icon from the right. And it's telling me the machine will move, so I will press OK. And now it wants to detect fabric thickness, so I've got this sticker that comes with your machine, and I will put that in on what I'm doing right now is fitting that into that little red line that you see. Sorry for my dry hands. Live in Wisconsin. Really dry up here. I do use lotion, but it's not super effective for me. All right. That looks pretty good. All right, and then I'll press OK. Oops. All right, so we had a detection failure, and I had that earlier, and I deleted that video. So instead of trying the camera with this design, I'm just going to position it myself on the machine, and I'll show you how I do that. In order to position it myself, I will be using these keys, and I know that it's already centered with this piece right here. I guess it's not centered all the way. So looks like I need to move it over a little bit to the left. So I will go ahead and do that by pressing this key here. And it's just barely moving. I'll make it move a little faster. And you can slow down the movement by going to this arrow and pressing that. That would make your movement go really slow to the left or right or up or down. This will be medium speed, and this one is fast speed, and I've got it on fast speed for now and may change that, but I'm going to leave it there for now. Then I take this needle and I will be looking at, is it centered where I want it to be? And it actually is. Looks pretty good. Well, this of course is the very manual way to center your design, but when camera doesn't work, this is the next best thing. I could also use my positioning sticker to do this, but for this video I decided I'll just do manual since I couldn't get the camera to work. Moving it up just a tiny bit, and that should be good. And now what I do is I trace, and anytime you use any hoop that did not come with your machine, actually the Durkees sometimes come with the machine in the non-magnetic form. Those are still not factory hoops. You want to do a trace. Sometimes I even do a trace with the factory hoops because there was one time where the factory hoop was on and the machine still hit the hoop. So I tend to be more cautious with hoops than maybe I have to be. All right, so we're going to press the third icon from the left on the bottom here with the two needles. And then I will press this upper middle to see where my design is going to land on the little white strip, and it's still on the strip. Press this icon on the bottom to see the top part of the design, and still on the strip. So that looks really good. And then I press the side to make sure that this is not going to go over and hit the hoop, and it is not going to. So I am ready to stitch. I want to use a dark blue, which is number 8 on my machine. So I will be showing you that in the next screen. Press embroidery, and it's always almost always going to go to color number 10 if you haven't preset the color, which I could have done in the original screen, but I'm going to do it in this screen since I didn't do it there. I press this fourth icon over from the left, and then I want color number 8, so I press 8, and now it will stitch out in color number 8. Press OK. Press the lock key and start. The machine moves to color number 8 and stitches. A little better view of the stitches for you. I'm actually going to turn the speed up to 600, which all I have to do while the machine is running is press this plus key. And it, I used to think I had, sorry, I didn't show you I don't think I had it where you could see, but you press that plus key. You don't have to turn the machine or stop the stitching in order to change your speed. You can change it anytime while it's running. I also appreciate that the built-in fonts cut between the letters most of the time if there's a far enough distance for them. I use Embrilliance, and some of the fonts that come with Embrilliance don't do that, which can get annoying to me because then I have to go back and cut them all. So I do like using the fonts in the machine when possible. Very pretty font. Alright, so I went ahead and added the Love Sue. After I did the 2 mom and showed you how to do the 2 mom, I did the Love Sue the same way. And I wanted to show you how I take these magnets off the hoop. First of all, I'm going to unhook it from the main frame. Makes it a little easier to get the magnets off. And then I take the magnet and I turn it towards the center and pull it off. In the beginning of using these, I used gloves because they are quite... And then I set them far apart from each other so they don't clamp onto each other. They are quite magnetic, so in the beginning I was just a little nervous taking them off, but now I've gotten used to them and I don't wear gloves. So, alright, just pull them all off and the towel is done. I'll take off this stabilizer, of course, and I will take some water to get the little pieces that are still on there. I take water with the tennis ball. I'll actually show you that right now. So this is a great way to use some of your leftover water-soluble stabilizer. You get this tennis ball wet and just drape the stabilizer over it and kind of keep wetting it with a spray bottle, and then it gets nice and hard on this ball as you let it dry. And then what I do is I spray water onto these letters where that water-soluble stabilizer is sticking on there. And then I take the ball and I just roll it over them. And it picks the stabilizer right up. I don't know if you can see that, but it does take it right off. There's no more stabilizer on Mom. You can see kind of the shiny stuff here on the O and the V and the S. Roll the stabilizer over that, and it has disappeared. Let this dry, and it's all set to gift or to use yourself. All right, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and be sure to press the subscribe button if you would like to be notified of future videos. I will still show how to use the camera on the Brother PR1055X in the future with a normal hoop, from a factory hoop from the machine. All right, thank you and happy stitching. Bye.